that. Hunting mushrooms. It's one of my favorite things to do, especially here in Maryland, because I know the spots and I know where to find what mushrooms, you know, that sort of thing. I don't think you could get lost here, because if you keep walking one direction, you're going to come out to some housing after some point. It's really nice to be back here, but I'm super duper looking forward to mushroom time. I'm thinking about all the places that I'm going to go while I'm here, and my mom has a dehydrator and she was telling me that I could use it, so I'll be going there on Saturdays and dehydrating mushrooms. I find I usually share them, like I'll dehydrate them and share them with friends and stuff, but I'm sorry, y'all, I'm gonna keep them for myself this year. Not to mention the cost of mushrooms. Although last year I found like 60 pounds of chicken, and you know, if I find something like that, and that was with me leaving some, of course I'll be sharing. Wow, this is so beautiful. Isn't it beautiful here? What you nibbling on? What do you think, bud? This has been a beautiful day. We're gonna head up to Hereford tomorrow and start hunting morels. I feel like it's a little bit early right now to do that, but if we start looking and we see them starting to kind of pop up a little bit, at least I'll know the spots. I already know a couple of spots, so I'm gonna head back just to see if we see any kind of merging, but it is a little bit early. I don't expect it for another couple of weeks. So yeah, I'm excited to leave the hustle and bustle of all these noises and the fast pace, even though it's been really nice eating very inexpensively and eating very good foods that weren't my own cooking. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good stuff, good stuff. So I also have a small roller, and then in one of my previous videos, y'all might have seen me. I do yoga. I do all these things every day, and I do them several times a day. Yeah, this is how I keep the body moving. I think these are condos. I can't imagine parking here though. It seems like a real nightmare. I parked kind of far. I guess if you have a small car, it's like you're in Italy. And I've got a little, look at me. I'm like, thanks. How do I look, y'all? I try to do this once a day for about a half hour. Traction. It helps relieve the stress on my vertebrae. It's very helpful. I'll tell you the brand when I'm done. Oddly enough, there is no branding on it anywhere, but this is just such an amazing device. Like, when I take it off, I feel such a sense of relief. I was pretty hopeful that this was going to be a, I guess quiet, not just quiet, but a little bit more dense woods. It seems that I've just walked about 2 miles and I came out to a very loud road. But if you look this way, it's beautiful. So I'm gonna try to find an animal trail. It doesn't seem like there are any mushrooms. It's still in the 40s. I'm on the Pennsylvania line right now. And I'm hunting morels. I'm looking for elm trees, but it looks like I'm in more of a conifer forest. It's cold enough that my mouth is freezing. It's like a little hard to talk, you know, when you get, like when you have a slushie and you're like, bark, bark, bark. All right, trying to determine which way to go. Should we go that way or that way? It looks like there's a little bit more bramble that way, so. I think we're going that way. Let's take the smaller. This is, it looks like this is the Papa Trail. This is the Mama Trail. And this is the Baby Trail. You notice how this canopy looks like it's like a little closer. The dome is closer. Closer. I said closer. There are black bears in this canopy. It's not unheard of to see a black bear. So you hear my little jingle jangle. But I don't see any tracking of any animals, in fact, except deer. Like nothing to be concerned about. It's a very well-maintained park. Or trail, rather. The forest is completely leveled and snapped. The trees are like snapped. Do you see that? So what do y'all think this is? What do you think happened in this canopy here in Maryland? So I'm surprised I didn't figure this out like immediately. This is a tornado. A tornado came through these woods and snapped all these trees. It's a straight line, so it's pretty evident to me that this was a natural occurrence. You know, you see it's like a straight line all the way down. All the trees are just snapped, just like this. The noises of cars and trucks and lawnmowers, and it's funny how quickly I forget, but there is no peace here. So that's what I really loved about being on the road. I loved finding places where there was absolute silence. It's so healing. So we're gonna continue onward. We're going back to the van, and I've got some paperwork and stuff to do. But this has been, you know, it's been nice. It's been all right. A lot of trees down. I'm now not certain why. On that side, they had broken off. But when I look, actually on this side, it looks like they've broken off too. But then there's a bunch that are like cut down. I'll show you what I'm looking at. I just came over the hill and now I see something very different. I see something that looks kind of like logging. So I don't know what's going on in this canopy, but there's so many trees down. I don't feel like I ever need to come here again. It's like loud. I keep hearing trucks like slowing down. I'm gonna use a half a stick of butter. I want it to be very rich. I'm gonna make a mushroom dish with tempeh as the meat flavor, or the protein. A lot of people say it's, you know, kind of an acquired flavor. I'm just gonna crumble it up and saute it. Ooh, damn. All right, let's put some mushrooms in this dish. And I'm doing slices. They started to dry up a little bit from yesterday. I always go on about these peppers that I got in Florida at a side stand. He told me they were not spicy, but they are. I still love them. I just take the seeds out and I use the skin and I put just like a tiny bit of seeds. When you don't have a lemon squeezer, one of those orange lemon squeezer things, take out the seeds, stick and squeeze. And then you're good. That might be a little too lemony. I don't want too much pulp in there. Okay. As far as spices, I mentioned the chipotle, and I'm gonna do a little smoked paprika. Just a wee bit. If I had coriander, I would add some coriander, but I do not have coriander. We need some salt. I guess that's it. I put some rosemary in there. I put a nice hunk, some rosemary, some onion, some fresh onion. And I think I think that's what we're going to put in there now. I don't have any coriander, and I can't think of anything else I'd like to put in there. I feel like this dish would also be really good with some brewer's on top at the end, but I'm going to add a little bit of this sun-dried tomato pesto, and it's also fermented, so it's got live cultures in it, which I'm about to kill by heating. I typically don't heat it. I just put it on crackers with meat and stuff, because you don't want to kill the fermentation. The idea is eating those live cultures for the health of your gut. Need to add a little bit of water to it. Yeah. Maybe I'll add some vegetable stock. I think I'm going to do that instead. I always try to conserve water. This is actually a lot of water use right now. I feel like I added too much broth, so now I'm high. I have it on high, and I'm trying to cook it out. I'm trying to cook the water out by boiling it out fast. I did add a bay leaf as well, which I didn't mention. You can see it right here. So I added one bay leaf, and while it's cooking fast, I'm going to bury that. It's windy. It's really tasty. I tasted it out of the pot, but it's delicious. Cool. All right. This is a day where I'm feeling motivated. We like that. Took down the vents, defrosted the fridge again. That's like a once a month thing where I empty it out. You guys saw that a couple videos ago. And I'm over here at the Walmart parking lot, headed over to my mama Sita's house. And I'm going to do some of this laundry. It's been really nice having her as a home base. And when I was in California, it was great having my brother as a home base. So the support of family is just so helpful, because this laundry is about $40 worth of laundry. If you see how many loads I've got like 3, maybe 4 loads. Although if I went to the laundromat, I could probably do the bigger machines. So, but anyway, it's just nice to feel like you have somewhere to go and you can hang out and do stuff. So today I'm going to Mom's. Seems to be a new Saturday ritual.
And I was driving around at homes. I looked in Westminster and other places. And I just decided I like the small town living. And that's what I wanted. You know, the crime here is like 0.5%.
Huh. Crime is 0.5% here. I'm not surprised.
What?
I'm not surprised.